Editing is sort of like magic. Now, not in the supernatural sense, but certainly in the sense of creating wonder and intrigue.
Magic, 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 magic.
Whether we are creating misdirection or a powerful story in the blink of an eye, we're basically like modern-day Houdinis. But today's video, I want to dive into 6 powerful pro-film principles that I got from Walter Murch's book In the Blink of an Eye that you can adapt in your next film to make your couple cry, make them feel something, and level up your films for 2025. Starting with number 1, and that's to prioritize emotional resonance over continuity. Now, Murch emphasizes in the book that emotional connection should take priority over technical perfection. So what does this mean for wedding filmmaking? Now, I think we can get a little too obsessed with the technical, over-analyzing, are we perfectly exposed? Are we perfectly balanced? Is our shot smooth? And in actuality, we really just want to make sure that what we're capturing is going to help drive the story that we're creating. Does it have emotion? Does it have authenticity? Is it a good shot altogether? Asking yourself, is this something that the couple could frame and put up in their house? And if it's not, maybe don't capture it. And when we're crafting our wedding film, we want to choose the moments that evoke the strongest emotion, even if it means breaking the continuity between your shots. Number 2 is to let the rhythm guide you. Murch speaks about the rhythm of a cut being essential to storytelling. For wedding films, sync your edits to the natural rhythm of the music or the emotional beats of the day. For example, you can use slow cuts and transitions during moments that have a ton of emotion in them. For example, during the private vows, you might want to cut slowly and transition slowly to really let that moment breathe. And then when you're getting into the later parts of the day, like the reception, this is when your cuts are gonna speed up so that you can match that rhythm and energy. Number 3, story isn't king, emotion is king. Now, of course, this is Murch's philosophy when it comes to editing, that emotion takes precedence over story. Now, they both go hand in hand, but emotion is the one thing that you should focus on over everything else. In Murch's rule of 6, he places emotion at the top of the hierarchy, and the visual, rhythm, story, and continuity should all serve the emotion of the moment. A great practical example of this for wedding films is when the bride is walking down the aisle. What emotional impact do you want this moment to have in your film? Whether it's pairing with the groom's vows and heartfelt dialogue about his bride, or you're building anticipation to this moment and you want it to feel grand and exciting, it really all boils down to intentionality and serving that emotion within your story. Number 4 is choose the right moments to linger. Now, I'm a huge advocate for letting moments breathe on the wedding day, but you want to make sure you have the right moments to breathe. Murch discusses the importance of deciding when to hold a shot versus when to cut. And in wedding films, you want to let those emotionally charged moments like a parent's reaction or a heartfelt speech or the first look between the bride and groom, let that moment breathe a little bit longer to really help elevate the emotional impact. Number 5 is to use visual and sonic overlaps. So in his book, Walter Murch advocates for cutting on action or cutting on sound to create seamless transitions. So in wedding films, you can use audio from one scene, like the vows or a speech, over visuals of another, like the couple holding hands or a moment between the two of them that is in parallel with what's being said. This is going to help you build that emotion and help amplify your story. Number 6 is to respect the viewer's subconscious. Now, there's so much power in subtlety when it comes to how you're creating these films. And you don't want to force the emotion. You want to let it unfold naturally and trust the audience to connect with the story on their own. So when you're editing your wedding films, if you haven't checked out this book, it's a great read. It has so many just amazing principles and rules for editing that can just give you some inspiration. And I found it to be really useful for how I tackle and navigate wedding filmmaking especially. And what I've learned is that every cut you make is a choice to direct attention. And you want to let your decisions be guided by what feels truest to the emotions of the couple, what feels right to you, and just leaning on the authenticity from the day. And if you do this above all things, your film is going to leave such a strong impact in the lives of your couple. Thanks so much for watching day 6 of my 12 Days of Wedding Filmmaking series. If you're loving this series so far, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you tomorrow.